That's cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I will be showing you guys how to get bell peppers up on your pantry shelf. I bought them in bulk. We are completely out, and I have my dehydrator out here and figured that I would show you guys the steps in case you are interested on how to dehydrate bell peppers. What you're going to do first is just give them a good wash and scrub the outside of them, and then we are going to go ahead and chop them up. We're going to go ahead and cut these up. You can cut them any way you like. If you want yours diced, you can dehydrate them diced. If you want them in strips, you can also cut them into strips. Whatever you are more than likely going to use them for is how you're going to want to cut them. I do a lot of recipes with them chopped or diced, so that is how I'm cutting the majority of mine. Also, just remember, you can do a combination as well, but if you do, the strips may require more time than if you were chopping them or dicing them up. So just keep that in mind, and I will take you guys back when I am finished. All right, once you have all your bell peppers cut to the shape and size that you like or prefer, we're gonna go ahead and get these on the dehydrating trays. I also forgot to note here, you know, when you're removing the seeds, you also want to try and remove that white membrane from your bell peppers. Okay, what I am doing now is spreading out the bell peppers. You want to separate them as much as possible and try not to have them overlapping. You want them to dry evenly. And there's still some seeds. I mean, when they're dry, you know, they'll be separated. So I'm not worried about the few that are on there. And spread them out, get your trays filled, and I will take you back when we go over the times and the settings. I used a total of 12 bell peppers, and on this tray, I chopped just one bell pepper whole. What I suggest, especially if you're new to dehydrating, is, you know, if you're dehydrating an onion or, you know, in this case, a bell pepper, chop one bell pepper, keep it separate, and then when it's dried, you can measure it in a measuring cup so you know what the equivalent is in your recipes for dehydrated bell peppers. So that's just a little side note of something I've done over the years that's helpful. You will want to follow your manual for your settings for time and temperature. I have the 9-tray Excalibur food dehydrator. So mine tells me to do it for 125 degrees. So we're gonna set that to 125 degrees, and we're gonna give it about 10 hours and then give it a check. This is going to be for strips, for, you know, diced or chopped bell peppers. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, my kids are sleeping. It is later than it's supposed to be right now. This shut off a little bit ago, but I was out. Yes, different shirt. But I had to go out, and when I came back, I realized this had been off for probably a little while. So what I usually do, and I'm going to show you real quick, if you see on the side here that there is, you know, a little bit of a gap on both sides, what I tend to do is just add a little bit more time, probably like an additional 15 to 20 minutes, just to be sure, because you have that gap, and you know, there's airflow, I think, through there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what to do to check for doneness. So let me put you back on the stand. Okay, I hope the lighting's good enough, and I hope I'm loud enough, because I know one video I did at night, and everyone's like, we can't hear you. So, but you'll get the point. So what you do is you take a piece of your bell pepper. If you do them in strips, it'll be easier. I did mine in pieces, but see how it snaps? It snaps right in half. That's what you want to see that it's done. Okay, it snaps easily right in half. if these were to bend when you do that, you know, and kind of just have some flexibility but doesn't snap, you're going to want to go ahead and add more time to it because they're not quite done. Let me get another piece real quick. See, snaps right in half. It's done. And I am going to, I didn't do a full thing. I know somebody said in the comments on my thing, oh, that's a lot of peppers. Yeah, no, it was, what did I say in the beginning? Was it 12? Yeah, you know, obviously you're going to want to do as much as you can fit and make the most of, you know, running this for 10 hours. But I usually do have it completely full. But in this case, I didn't. I just used whatever I had left of my peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and measure it out for you guys. This was 1 bell pepper. Okay, so my 1 bell pepper that I had chopped on the side to show you guys, this is a 1/4 cup measurement. See, 1/4 cup. And look at that. So just maybe slightly under a 1/4 cup. I would just call that a 1/4 cup. But that is 1 bell pepper. So 1 bell pepper chopped, diced, you know, is a 1/4 cup. So it's incredible how you think you have all these peppers, and you'd be surprised how much of a jar 12 bell peppers will actually fill up. And I'm going to show you. Okay, I have 2 jars here. I have a quart and I have a pint. And we're going to start with the quart. And I'm going to show you and record so you guys can see. I'm going to take this. So remember, 1/4 cup is 1 bell pepper if you're chopping it. I'm going to set you over here, and I'm going to empty these out and show you just how much space you need to store 12 bell peppers that are dehydrated. We're going to start with our 1/4 cup. I'm going to show you guys. There we go. See all these screens? That's what they were on. It's emptied out. It was all 12 bell peppers that I used. And that's what it is. 12 bell peppers, not even a quart jar full. So yes, it sounds like a lot of bell peppers, but really, isn't that incredible? So I'm going to share with you right now my favorite ways to use these. And because it's so late, I really don't want the camera on my face right now because I'm tired and it shows. So my favorite way, and I'd have to say the majority of the ways that I use this is it's going to be in soups or stews, casseroles, things like that. The number one thing that I use my chopped bell peppers for, and I have a video, I'll try and add a card, and if I can't, I'll put it in the description below. But when I did, I think it was like a quick tidy nighttime video where I actually was prepping breakfast for the next day that evening, which I do often, and it was my omelet casserole that I did in my pie dishes, and it is so delicious. But guys, I mean, so many times we want that for breakfast, and I don't always have fresh bell peppers in my fridge. Actually, I hardly ever do unless I specifically am planning to make something and I'm already going to the store. Otherwise, I heavily rely on these, and this is one of my favorite things to dehydrate, and I always make sure I have these on the shelf.
And I'm doing so many because I'm actually out of all of mine. So I will be doing a couple more jars of these just because I use them so frequently. And it's great, you know, if you don't go to the store weekly. We have a large family of 10. So when I go to the store, I really, you know, make the most of it, but we usually just get our produce once a month, and it's whenever I go grocery shopping, and then, you know, that holds us over until we go again. So I don't like buy weekly all our produce. Anyway, these are amazing to have on hand. Now, what you can use to store these in for as far as a lid goes, you can use this, and this is what I do for longer term storage, is I put one of these lids on, okay, and I use this attachment. This is a food saver attachment. It's a jar sealer. I'll put it in the link below, an Amazon link, because that's where I got it from, and it fits on. So this is my wide mouth one, so it's not going to fit, but they have a regular mouth one too, and you would just put this on, attach the hose from your food saver accessory, put it on here, and you can vacuum seal it so it's airtight that way. And the way I usually do it, just because we go through my dehydrated things so frequently, is I use one of these plastic lids that just screw on, and you just twist it on, and there you go. So I know I've had some comments in videos before where, you know, they said, oh, this is not airtight, but guys, this is what I do. If I'm going to use it within a year, if it's going to be longer than a year, then I will do the vacuum seal, and I will vacuum seal it, which you need to check from time to time because sometimes that seal can actually pop off. I've had that happen. And I don't ever put a ring on it. I kind of leave it just like if you were, you know, canning something, where I don't keep the ring on it. I just keep this so you can see if that seal goes bad. But I use this, and I've been doing this for years, so this works fine. I've had stuff on the shelf for up to a year with just this lid on, and we're still alive. We're fine. Everything, you know, it works for us, and that's what we do. So you do what you're comfortable with, but these are two ways that you can store dehydrated bell peppers. You can also put them in a food saver bag. I'm going to be very honest. I'm not a fan of food saver machines. I have one. They always just fail very, very shortly after I get them. But I do use the attachment, and that's mainly the only reason why I keep them. Besides to freeze meats, but I've had the seal come undone so many times in the freezer where it's still getting freezer burned. So once again, you can food saver them. I personally don't use the food saver bags for these, and especially if there's any little bits of points, that is kind of hard. And if it's a fragile thing that you're putting in a food saver bag, you don't want to crush your item inside the bag. So whatever you're comfortable with, those are 3 methods that you can do to store your dehydrated bell peppers once you are finished with them. You just literally can add them into a recipe. The only thing you can't do with these is, you know, if you were needing fresh bell peppers, obviously you're not going to use dehydrated bell peppers, but you can throw them in anything with a liquid that bakes or cooks. It pretty much just rehydrates them, and it's wonderful. You don't have to add any liquid additionally when you're doing that. I hope you guys give this a try. These are great for so many reasons to have on hand in the pantry, and there's no waste. It's not getting shriveled up in a drawer in your fridge because you forgot about it. So it is an awesome way to cut down on food waste and just have it shelf stable, ready to go for a year, even more than a year, depending on how you store it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you give this a try if you are new to dehydrating. This is a great item to get up on your pantry shelves. So I will see you guys on the next video. Until then, take care and God bless.